Hello, this is Bob Gray Sr. Welcome to Ministry Moments. Lord willing, straighten that tie up there, huh? Every Friday at 3 o'clock Central Time. You be sure that you're with us. Go to solvechurchproblems.com and subscribe there. That way you'll get Ministry Moments along with a lot of other things that might be of help to you. There's a Q&A on there of over 3,000 questions. If you have a question, email me and I'd be glad to answer it, and I'll put it on that particular website. And then Ministry Moments YouTube, you can go there and subscribe. That way you'll get this every week at 3 o'clock every Friday, Ministry Moments, and get you started for the weekend in the right way. Okay? All right. Now, today, I want to talk to you about administration. Delegate or stagnate is a statement by Dr. Russell Anderson that is so true. I know some who are unable to delegate, and because of that, there's a lack of growth. And there can be, God will send you, everybody, I've always said, everybody has a certain number on their forehead of what they can handle leadership wise. And we went to pastor school and Soul and Clinic and so on and other meetings so that we could improve our leadership skills so that we could actually produce more because we had people who were producers. Now, administration is very important. You can't do it alone. It's going to take the last year that I pastored Longview Baptist Temple. We baptized 4,464 people. Now, out of that, 153 ones that God allowed me to lead to Christ, pick up, bring the church, and walk down the aisle. The other 4,300 came from the people in the pews. But I had assistant pastors who were just great at what they did. And God gave them gifts and abilities, and they were just tremendous at it. But each of them were worth a certain number, and they had honed those skills through the years and grew spiritually, and they grew in the ministry that way. So let me talk to you about administration, because this is very, very important. You have a certain number that if it were just you could run. But if you want to have greater influence in reaching your area for Christ, Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, and the uttermost part, if that's what you want to do, it's going to take more than just you. It took Peter and the 12. That's just what it took. So please understand, administration is very, very important. Okay? All right. So let me help you. Number one, hire slowly. Hire slowly. When you get to a point to where you feel like that you need to hire, be patient. Don't jump too quickly. Number two, fire slowly. When you hire someone and they're a part of your team, and you just gangbusters and so on, and somebody does something stupid or idiotic or whatever, be patient with them. Good grief! Don't exit everybody just because of you find out they're human or they made a mistake. I'm not talking about adultery, and I'm not talking about stealing, and I'm not talking about any of that. But I'm just saying, hire slowly. Be very slow in hiring. Number two, fire slowly. Number three, do not hire famous people. There may be some famous Christians that you would want to, you think, boy, this will really help us. No, it can't. It can't. The name's not going to help you. The production's going to help you, not the name. So it'd be better to hire someone who loves you and loves what you're doing. You can help them to become better soul winners. You can help them to become better producers. And that's your job, to help them reach potential and expand their potential. So number one, talk about administration. Number one, hire slowly. Number two, fire slowly. Number three, do not hire famous people. Number four, hire a maintenance man first. The first one you want to hire is a maintenance man. You get somebody that can change the light bulbs, clean the building, and cut the grass, and that maintenance. So they take that off, because you're going to have to do it. Mrs. Gray and I did that the first church we pastored. The help we had was a deacon named Jack Lewis. I don't know if he's still alive there, probably in heaven. A great man. But he'd lost his leg in an accident, and he was a one-legged man. And what a blessing Jack was. But Jack did anything and everything that he could. Great, great, great guy. But hire a maintenance man first. All right. So number one, hire slowly. Talk about administration now, being able to delegate or stagnate. Okay, you got it? So hire slowly, fire slowly. Do not hire famous people. You want help them to reach their potential, and they'll be endeared to you because you help them. All right. Famous guy comes in, he doesn't owe you anything. and you'll be able to help then that young Christian to really mature, and they'll be forever grateful. So hire slowly, fire slowly. Do not hire famous people. Number 4, hire a maintenance man first. Number 5, hire a bookkeeper second. Hire a bookkeeper second. And I would suggest if you don't have someone who's qualified in your church, then go to a CPA, someone outside, pay them a nominal fee each month to take care of the payroll and the books and whatever. It's very, very important. The expenses that you'll have, they can keep it. And then if you know history, you can make history. But if you don't know your financial history, you're not going to have a future. You've got to know it. And you've got cross every T and dot every I. All right. Talking about administration now. Delegate or stagnate. Here you go. Hire slowly. Number 2, fire slowly. Number 3, do not hire famous people. Number 4, hire a maintenance man first. Number 5, hire a bookkeeper second. 6, hire a secretary third. You can type your own letters. You can take care of all the office work that you've got to do. But eventually, it's going to keep you from winning souls and off the field, soul winning field, and so on. So you want to hire a secretary third. Now, again, you want to hire people who are already soul winners. You want to hire people who are already separated from the world and sold on what you're doing and loyal to what's going on. That's what you want to do. So talk about administration. Delegate or stagnate. You ready? Number 1, hire slowly. Number 2, fire slowly. Number 3, do not hire famous people. Number 4, hire a maintenance man first. Hire a bookkeeper second. Hire a secretary third. Number 7, do everything yourself at first. Do everything yourself at first. Mrs. Gray and I up north, we get the salamander heaters out on Saturday night in the wintertime just to make sure the buses were ready to roll, ready to crank the next day. We cleaned the buses. We took, now Jack Lewis was a big, big help to us, but we did the bathrooms. We did everything. One thing I did, I opened up the office at 6 o'clock every morning. I would go to the hospital first, make hospital visits to people who did not have pastors and didn't have anybody to care for them. That's where I got my first families from that. And so went to the hospital and visited and prayed and won souls and got back. But I made sure the lights were on. The mailman said to me, he said, "I only come by on Saturday." The church, no, I said, "You come by every morning. I want everybody who drives down Armour Road to know that the church is open, lights are on, curtains are pulled back. We're ready for business." And so I really believe in that. All right. Are you ready? Number 1, administration, delegate or stagnate. Number 1, hire slowly, fire slowly. And you should probably never have to fire in all your, I've had to do it one time, and it was just a sad, sad thing to have to do, but it should be minuscule. Number 1, hire slowly, fire slowly, because you're just as much at fault as they are. You hired them. And why should their families suffer? Because you were part of the mistake. Just a thought. Number 1, hire just a thought. I ought to make a book series on that, hadn't I? All right. Number 1, hire slowly, fire slowly. Do not hire famous people. Hire a maintenance man first. Hire a bookkeeper second. Hire a secretary third. And 7, do everything yourself at first. All right. Number 8, set a limit of 45% of your budget for administration. Of your budget, 45% limit. Let that be the limit for administrative budget, and don't go beyond that. Live by percentages. The tithe and offering. The tithe is 10%. So God starts out with percentages. Then in the last chapter of Leviticus, if you're late on a tithe, he said add a fifth. And that's not whiskey either. Add a fifth. That's 20%. Stonewall Jackson, I have 2 volumes of history my wife bought me of Stonewall Jackson, my favorite man in history. But Stonewall Jackson started a black Sunday school. I'm not sure if it was one of the first ones in America or what, but he started a black Sunday school. And he sent his tithe back to his church, an offering. But he would send an offering for that black Sunday school. And one time he forgot to mail he's fighting a battle now, but he forgot to send back his tithe and offering. So he sent back his tithe and offering plus a fifth. He added 20% to it. He knew his Bible, didn't he? Now, I'm just simply saying to you that in your administration, percentages are important. Now, if that be the case, that a tithe is 10% and adding a fifth is 20%, and go through the Bible, a third, a fourth, a fifth, and just take a look at God dealing with percentages. Okay, then I would suggest your budget be set up by percentages. No more than 15% for utilities, no more than 45% for administration. Now, this is after 49 years of ministry. I'm just telling you, it's very, very wise to do that, and let the percentage be a smoke alarm. I'll give you an example. A layman in a church may not understand. He understands he pays $100 electric bill. Let's say, I'm just making this up, $100 electric bill every month. He knows that. When he goes to church and a growing church and he gets up there in the hundreds and then the thousands, and all of a sudden you're paying $2,000 for electric. The poor layman sitting there is going, "What in the world? I only pay $100. Why is it?" And they may use that against the pastor and against the soul winning church. Now, I'm just saying to you, on our financial report, I put percentages off to the right so that they could see percentage wise. They could understand that if I said to them, "I don't want to go more than 15% utilities," they could see that if it got up there, there was something wrong. Now, I think you ought to give the missions. I'm just telling you what I'm not saying that this is Bible. I'm not saying it, but I thought that a local church ought to give at least 10% to missions. That's what I thought, and that's what I pushed for. So when our deacons looked over to the side, or our church members saw the percentage was up to 18, 20%, they liked that because I was doing what I felt was right for us to do. And I wanted to be mission oriented. We gave $9.3 million to missions in the 29 and a half years I was there at Longview Baptist Temple. So, but we practiced what we preached in that area. I wish nobody's perfect, are they? You try practicing what you preach. All right, number one, hire slowly. Number two, fire slowly. Number three, do not hire famous people. Number four, hire a maintenance man first. Number five, hire a bookkeeper second. Number six, hire a secretary third. Do everything yourself at first. 45% limit of budget for administration. Number nine, meet weekly with each leader. This is very, very important. Meet weekly with each leader. I had a folder with every leader. I'd open that folder up, have a blank, my secretary put a blank piece of paper here. I had on the left typed up the duties stapled to that thing so I could look and see all of those duties. Now, by the end of the year, there were things added to that. So I started with a fresh folder for the next year. And then I always told our staff, bring to me 5 solutions for every problem. Don't bring me a problem. I can create problems and I can think of problems. Don't do that. When you bring a problem, your area, you bring a problem, you give me 5 solutions for that. Then at the end, at the bottom, I would write down, what do you owe me now from this meeting? What did you say you owe me? Then at the bottom, I said, what do I owe you? If I said, let me help you with this or this or this, I wrote that down. So the next week I looked at that sheet. I was ready for that meeting and I knew what they owed me from the previous week. I knew what I owed them. Very, very important. So that's number 10, list duties, talking about that folder now. Number 11, ask for 5 solutions for every problem. Got that? Then the last one, at 12, help them grow. Help the leaders grow. Help the leaders to grow. The more they grow, the more everything else is going to grow. And by the way, the more your people love them, the more they'll love you. The capacity to love is increased. Don't let the green-eyed monster jealousy get you when all of a sudden you have a staff member who's very popular with the people. Don't do that. That's good. That's great. That's wonderful. That helps the ministry. Or we're talking about administration, delegate or stagnate. Number 1, hire slowly. Number 2, fire slowly. Number 3, do not hire famous people. You want to help them. If they know it all and have done it all and so on, you'd be of no benefit to them. So do not hire famous people. Number 4, hire a maintenance man first. Hire a bookkeeper second. Hire a secretary third. Number 7, do everything yourself at first. So when you hand it to a new staff member, you've already done it and they know that you've done it. Next, 45% limit of administrative budget. Number 9, meet weekly with each leader. Number 10, list duties. Have a list of the duties stapled. Have a folder. Staple the duties off to the left. And then your meeting from the previous meeting here listed. All right. Then ask for 5 solutions for every problem they bring to you. Don't bring me any problems unless you got 5 solutions. It's your area. You're the expert. Now you give me the solutions for this. And then last of all, help them grow. Help them grow. Yes, they are leaders, but leaders need to grow. And you help them to grow and be a blessing to them in their growth. I said it last week, but grow in grace is what Peter said. And he didn't say how much. Didn't say. He just said just grow. So you want to help them to be able to grow. Well, hope this is a blessing to you. Hey, soul winning tomorrow. Great opportunity to get people saved. Take advantage of it. Line them up for Sunday morning. Pick them up. Bring them to church. Ministry moments, you too. Go to Ministry Moments YouTube and subscribe now. That way you'll get this every week of the world. So I'll meet you at 3 o'clock, Lord willing, every Friday on this broadcast on Ministry Moments. God bless you. Have a great weekend.